This is Explorer. And this has to be one of the favorite planes I've ever designed. It has these really cool air intakes right at the front. These two missile racks that connect right to the air intakes that are very easy to put missiles on. And two stealthy engines at the back. And of course these two stand-up tail fins. If you want to, you can pull these out to make these little afterburner vents. But let's get into folding. So, excuse me. Today we're gonna make an Explorer, as I said. We're just gonna use a square sheet of paper. I just cut a piece of Astro Brights to a square. That's what I'll be using for the video. You can also use 8.5 inch, 9 3/4 centimeter, 9 3/4 inch combi paper. That also works well. But with that said, let's get into the video. Okay, start off. As you can see, I already have this diagonal folded from cutting the paper to the square, but I'm just gonna refold along that. You're basically just folding the top left corner to the bottom right corner. Should make a nice diagonal crease. Ready for the top right corner to the bottom left corner. Crease up to the front just like that. Okay, I'll rotate it in this position, unfold that, and rotate it so my square just like this. Keep in mind these two creases are valley creases, and I'm just gonna fold the paper in half. Top edge to bottom edge. Simple as that, just top edge to the bottom edge. Okay, so now I'm taking my top edge here and I'm folding it to the diagonal crease I have right here. Okay, now I'm going to take this and put it inside basically. I'm just going to take this and put my hand in here, then just basically push it all in along this line. Should all collapse in like this. Okay, now stand it up like this and open it up and pull in 2 layers so the inside should look like this. And I'm flattening this section down. If you've ever folded Alien, which is another one of the planes on my channel, it uses a similar base to this, but this is kind of the reverse version of that base. Okay, I'm gonna fold up right along this line. Keep in mind the base that I'm using might be the base for some of my other planes that I do in the future. If this plane is too hard for you, you can definitely go to my channel and check out the Easy Paper Airplanes playlist. Next week will be Easy Plane Day, so you can vote for one of the easy planes in the pool. But we folded this up from here to right there. Basically, you're just folding it as far as it can go. And then turn the paper over, and I'm folding down right from this blue top point. Okay, turn the paper over. Now take this edge and fold it into the center. Turn the paper over, and take this edge here, and I'm gonna fold it into the center, but as I do, let this back section pop out. And then of course I make sure everything comes in accurately. Same thing here. Now I'll just fold these edges into the center, both ends. Okay, now this is the initial base we have. Now that we have this, I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in. Okay, now I'm actually gonna unfold this top layer here on both sides. Then I'm gonna unfold both of these layers. And I'm going to take this, I'm holding it like this, and I'm gonna pull it out until it hits this point right here, which is basically gonna be as far as I can go. If you pull it more, it'll start to tear and you don't want that. Just stop right at that point. Then I'm gonna leave this edge so that it remains right on the edge right here. You're basically just trying to land the edge on itself. Alright, and repeat that process to this side. Alrighty, unfold both of those. And now I'm gonna fold the next of these flaps in, not all of it, just the portions of the flap. And now I'm gonna fold out. And I'm trying to basically line the crease I make up with the crease that we just made right here. So, as you can see, I'm waiting till I see this crease. Sorry, I drew it a little bit badly, but basically, the crease goes like this, and just lining it up right on there. And you can also basically just feel for it. The layers will start to get thicker, and that's a place where you can stop. Okay, now fold both of these out like this. And now we're gonna unfold this, and now we can finally fold in these edges. And we're going to start to pull this out, and we're lining it up with this crease right here. So I'm just waiting for this section of the crease to be revealed, and I'll go ahead and do that on both sides. Okay, now for the next sequence of steps, I will mainly be focusing on the left side. I will leave you to do this procedure on the right side, and then I'll come back to the video. But for now, let's just get into the main process on this side. Alrighty, I'm gonna take this little section and fold it to this edge right here. Just like this. Okay, now I'm gonna unfold that. And I'm going to open the paper up, and I have this crease I just made. I have this crease and this crease, and I'm paying attention to this one. It's at the 22.5 degree angle. And I'm basically gonna take that crease, and I'm gonna valley fold on it all the way up. And basically just continuing this crease. Okay. Now, I'm just gonna fold this edge right back. And then, basically gonna take this crease right here. It's originally a valley fold, but we're gonna turn it into a mountain fold, like this. So I'm pulling it out, and I'm basically just making it into a mountain fold. And then as I ease in, making it into the mountain fold, I pull it down. Alright, now what I'm going to do is take this flap right here and squash fold it. So I'm just going to pull it down and then line everything up like this. And this is going to help create both of these missile racks. Alright, so now I'm going to basically fold this edge down till I hit this line right here. And then I'll swivel this section. I'm basically going to make a crease from here where this crease intersects this edge, and I'm folding all the way down to right there. Okay, now I'm going to tuck this under. And now I'm gonna fold this point over to here. And after I've done that, I'm gonna fold this section up. And now I'm gonna fold on both of these creases at once. So I've got this crease coming down here and this crease that intersects it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these and fold on both of them at the same time. And it'll come up just like this. Okay. Excuse me. Now that we've done that, I'm going to, basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and basically crimp it inside. So I'm going to unfold this like this, and I've got a crease that comes right here and a crease that looks like this. And basically here, I'm taking this crease and I'm going to turn it into a mountain fold. Like this. I'm taking this crease here and turning it into a mountain fold. And then I take this here and I'm pushing it up on this crease right here. So I should start to ease this in and crimp it. That's one of the harder steps in a model. If you couldn't do that, I'm sorry. You can go to the channel and check out the Easy Paper Airplanes list. And hopefully next week we'll be adding more to it as we do Easy Paper Airplane Week. So I'm gonna just demonstrate it again so that you can see. It was like this, but we opened up the model and I took this crease that was right here and I made it into a mountain fold and I pushed up right along both of these creases. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is focusing on this section right here. I'm going to fold out and I'm going to pull this down currently. And I'm folding from this point right here where there is basically the stopping point of this crease. And I'm folding from there to this point right here where this edge intersects with this crease. You can see right there. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is turn the paper over. This step is going to be a little confusing, so I'm going to zoom in for this step. Basically, I'm going to open up the wing. And I have two layers. And I'm going to take this first layer of paper and kind of pull it over like this. And now I'm going to turn the paper over. And I'm going to make a mountain fold. It's basically going to go in this direction, right next to here. So I'm just pulling this in. You can see on this side, it should look something like this. And then, once I'm done with that, I'm going to pull up this flap. And I'm going to basically inside reverse fold it right along this line. Okay. Now I know that was a bit complicated, but with that, that's all for now that we're going to do on this wing before the next part. So I'm going to go ahead and fold the same process on this side. I will not be explaining it as much in detail, but you can go back and watch how I did it on this side. So that said, I'm going to start. I will shout out the steps as I do them. So we're just going to fold on this 22.5 degree crease. fold this layer over, turn this into a mountain fold, slowly pull it over. Sometimes this step takes a little bit of trouble because the paper likes to kink up. Okay, squash fold this flat. Take this section and fold it down. Swivel this over along the point. Tuck that under. Fold this point over to here. Fold it up. Rabbit ear fold that. Now go ahead, open this up, and we're gonna do the complex step where we open it up and then we just push that in. Now we're gonna fold between the 2 points. Tuck this layer behind, like this. And mountain fold this layer of paper behind. Make sure that it's at least rather symmetrical. And now take this and pull it up. Okay. Hopefully you were able to make it through that. I know that was a little bit complicated, but if you did, congratulations. You kept on following this plan. Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to create the tail fins that are right here and then right here. And we're also going to thin out the wing as well. So, now I'm going to take this and just fold up along this line. Again, I'm going to be using the left side. And I'm going to fold this up like this. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this edge, I'm going to land it on this edge. So I'm just folding like this. If you ever made a plane from Jason Merrill, you might have done this before. By the way, Jason Merrill is a great paper airplane channel. So if you want cool paper airplanes, you can go check him out. Okay, now fold this edge right here to the edge here. Okay, now take this and fold it out. And I'm basically going to take this edge and land it on the crease I have here. So I'm just folding out like this. And then once it's lined up, I'm going to unfold that. And I'm going to turn the paper over because basically what we're going to do is a series of inside reverse folds. What I mean by that is we're going to open this up and push out on this first crease right here. And then we're going to pull back in on this next crease. So if you look inside the model, you can see I've got this crease here and this crease here. And these are valleys and this one's a mountain. And it should collapse like that. Okay, now pull this paper out. Okay, now what we're going to do is turn the paper over and unfold that flat. Now what we're going to do is fold up along this line. And I'm going to focus on this section of the paper right here. Okay, I'm going to take this edge here and fold it to this little portion of paper right here. So I'm just folding like this. And now we have another swivel fold. I'm gonna swivel from this crease here all the way over to the corner to the best of your ability. I'm doing this to the best of my ability. If it doesn't quite reach, it's fine. If it goes over, again, you should be good. Okay. Now what we're going to do is take this edge right here and fold it up to this portion of the wing right here. Okay, now I'm going to take that same edge and fold it to the edge that we just created. And now we're going to do another swivel. This point is full of swivels from this crease that we just made all the way down to here. That's going to be a little bit work to get it to go all the way down there, but it shouldn't be too hard. Okay, now I'm going to unfold this right here, and I'm basically, this fold is going to be very tiny. This crease that I just made, I'm going to take this edge right here and fold it right to it. And by the way, this model will fly. It doesn't fly really far, but it will definitely be able to fly for you. Okay, now you're going to take this and fold it back down along the crease. And now we have a little bit of another complex step. By the way, if that was off camera, what I just did, I just took this, right here, I swiveled this over, and then took this and basically tuck it under. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to take this and I'm going to make a mountain fold from right here, and I'm going to pull it up like this. So again, I'm going to pull it up, basically fold this point to about here on this edge. And then once I do, I'm going to pull this out and I'm going to stretch it like that. Okay, now I've got this crease right here and I'm just going to fold down on it like this. Now I'm going to do the same whole process to this side. Again, I'm not going to explain it in as much detail, but of course you can go back and look at the process that I did on this side and do it on this side. With that said, I'm going to work on this side. I'm going to fold this so that it lines up with itself. And with this specific step, I'm going to turn the paper over and then fold it in half. Sorry. I'm going to take this section of paper right here and fold it all the way up to where this point is. This is to help keep the symmetry of the model. Okay, and now that we've done that, we're just going to do the series of inside reverse folds. Turn it over, of course, and fold up along this. Fold edge to edge, and fold up right here. Fold that. Again, I'm just gonna pull up right here. Oh, I forgot a step, just so you know, make sure that you do this swivel step first before that. Okay, again, just gonna refold one here, fold this down. Okay, now we are almost done. We have just one more step, and this step is technically optional. The purpose of this step is to help the model fly better, but if you're just wanting the model for the looks of it, then you don't really have to do this step. But if you want the model to fly better, you can do this step. I'm basically just gonna take this and fold this edge here up to this edge. Same thing here. And then with both of those creases I made, I'm gonna take this and tuck it under. Like that. Same thing here. Alright, now we're going to turn the model over, and I'm going to fold all of the wings over, like this. And then I can fold from here down to here. I'm just gonna do this step from a rotated position because it definitely is kind of helpful to do it that way. And what you're not looking for a really firm fold, you're just looking, it's more like a bend than it is an actual fold. If you are using kami, then you can actually fold this. But if you're using Astro Brights or something around that thickness, you're probably just gonna be better off with bending it. Alrighty, now when I flip the paper over, I'm gonna keep it bent like this. And make sure you do that because it's definitely gonna help you in the next step. Okay, now I'm just gonna hold the paper like this and push down. And it should look, I'm pushing down, it's basically just a jet fold here. You can flip up over the paper and do this. This will definitely help, but you can just collapse the model down now. Okay, now I'm going to zoom out even more to help with showing y'all the shaping. Turn the paper over, and the first thing we got to do before we do any shaping is lock the model. So just take this flap and fold it all the way up into the intersection, literally. Okay, now what you're gonna want to do is pull up, just fold the wings up like this, and then pull up the tail fins. This might take a little bit of work, but it should be quite easy. Now go ahead and round out the air intakes. A pencil is one tool you can use for this. This is personally what I like to use. I'm gonna do it on both of the air intakes. Okay. Now we have one more thing it's a little bit complicated, but it'll help make the engines. So basically look at the back here, and I have these two flaps, and I'm basically gonna take this and kind of pull out all right on here and push the model into that section like this. I'm gonna do the same thing here, And try to make it a similar distance from this side as well as this side. Okay, now keep this up. And that's pretty much it for the afterburners, but make sure you take this section and just slightly fold it up, and then just pull both of those back down. And then once you're done with that, you're basically done. If you want to add any more shaping to it, you can. And of course, you can arm the missile racks. Soon I'll probably be giving some options for missiles if you want new options to put missiles on there. But that's pretty much it for the Explore tutorial. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, ring the bell. Share the video with your friends. And of course, this is basically the replacement for Twister Alpha. It is a special for 80 subscribers. We're very close to 100 subscribers, so let's try to hit that soon. But for that, I'll see you later. Goodbye.